I just wanted to say peace and blessings to everyone. And I kind of wanted to come out and talk because I haven't been doing anything for a while because I've been going through a process. I think everybody has been going through some things throughout 2020. It's been a crazy year outside of even all this stuff going on in the world. I feel like on a personal level, for a lot of people, it's been a lot going on, a lot of growth, a lot of exposure, just a lot going on. So I kind of wanted to speak about something that really was an issue for me, and I think it's probably an issue for a lot of women, and like a revelation that I kind of had basically right now in this moment, and I felt compelled to record my thoughts right now. I just dropped all my kids off at school, so I'm kind of like sitting in the car, and I was thinking about the last few months of my life because I've been going through it, emotionally, and really the last 5 years have been like really, really tough for me as far as creative energy, and my passion and purpose. Like, that's been something really hard for me to focus on for like the past 5 years. And it's not even just like about my kids or being busy with that, because I have time, to myself. I do. It's been really, when you think about creating something, you kind of like equate it to pregnancy, because it's the same exact process. When you have a passion, that it begins as like a conception, a thought. You first start to think about something, and then it turns into a potential passion or a potential creative endeavor. So it always starts with a conceptive thought. So I haven't had problems thinking on things and thinking about creative things. It's been the development part. Just like in pregnancy, you have the conception, then you have the development of the child, then you have the birth, and then you have afterbirth. So with my creative process, there's like the conceptive thoughts, then there's the development process, and then it's out rolling whatever that creation is, and then after the after effects of putting that out, what that is, and dealing with that. So I haven't been able to get past the development process. And this download, I don't even like calling it a download, but this really just came to me because I've been going through things with my reproductive health. And 5 years ago, I decided to put the Mirena in for birth control because I have 5 children and a bonus child. So I didn't want to have another baby anytime soon. So I went ahead and I put the Mirena in. Back then, I didn't have the same spiritual knowledge that I have now. Just about mid-August, I just got the Mirena taken out because it's been 5 years. So my birthday was on the 28th. And my birthday, I had like this huge breakdown. Couldn't really get out of bed. And, that whole week, the weather was nice. Even the day after my birthday, the weather was nice. But on my birthday, it just rained and stormed. And it was just crazy outside the whole day. And so were my emotions. And, by then, the birth control has been out for about 3 to 4 weeks already. So I was kind of depressed because though I had this Mirena, I wasn't having a cycle. So I was kind of like, oh my God, did I, stop my fertility by putting this, foreign object inside of me? I was like, I probably won't ever be able to create life in that way again. it was a big, realization for me. And then having to think about that transition of life from being, a mother to having to go to a different stage of life by force, so that was impacting me as well on my birthday. And then other things and other issues just all came up, like, so I was just depressed. The next day I was fine. And the following day I was okay. I started talking about it. I let my family in and I started to express what I went through on my birthday because I wasn't talking to anybody. So on the 1st, I had my period started. And today is the 2nd day of this period, and it's a painful one. And, the realization of, I feel like the creative block was because of me blocking and numbing my creative center, my womb. That messed with the flow of energy from my sacral chakra. Now that I think about it, because when you think about what birth control does and what the Mirena does, it blocks the development process of a fetus. It kind of like blocks the process. You can still have sex, that conception, that act, that creates the child, but it won't go no further than that, because that energy is blocked. And that's what I think was happening on a mental level. There was a mental block from creating and going further in, passions and being able to focus, because my sacral energy was off and my womb was numb and shut down, because I haven't felt my womb in so long. Like, this pain that I'm feeling right now, I'm kind of grateful for it, because I know that my womb is there and I could feel the connection to my womb again. Because before then I didn't feel any connection, because there was nothing happening. And that is scary. That's another reason why I wanted to take this birth control out, was because I just felt like this huge disconnect from my own womb, because, you're used to your womb making its presence known, every month, like, I'm here, you got to take care of me, it's just silent. And that was tough to deal with. And that's kind of how I felt when it came to passions and my ideas and things that I wanted to pursue. It was just after the conceptual thought, it was just silent. No next step, would come to me. I wouldn't know what to do next. I would be lost. I would be confused. I wouldn't know which, idea was the best for me to focus my energy on and then, pursue. I would get confused and then do nothing. I would be silent, just like how my womb was. So I felt like for like 5 years, I've been on like a creative pause, just like my womb has been on pause. And now that I'm getting all of that out, because I feel like on my birthday, what happened was I went through that birthing process again, almost like that pain before the, oh my God, my bundle of joy. I went through that pain. Again, I felt like on my birthday. And I feel like that's very, very ironic that on the day of my birth, I go through the same kind of birthing pains, but on a mentally emotional level, because my body was preparing itself to release all this trauma that I've been through for the last 5 years that my womb has not been able to release. And so I really wanted to make this video to kind of put a spiritual perspective on birth control and what it does. And like, even the name birth control, doesn't even sound right. And it's something that's really been hard for me. And now I feel like I have a new life. It's weird. Just because I got this birth control, I feel like I have a new life. I could choose when I want to create another life, if that's something that I want to do, or I can choose to harness that energy and focus it on a passion and pursue my purpose. As before, my sacral energy, that sacred energy, was blocked because of an artificial device that I put into my womb to control, its flow of creation. And that's a problem. And it caused a problem for me. And now I want other women to think about birth control in a different way, before you get it, and how it can affect you in more than just, oh, I won't have a baby. It can affect you in a lot of different ways. If you're sensitive to these energies and you're aware of these energies, it can really affect you. And even if you're not, it can still, it really affects you on a spiritual level and on a being able to create on this birth control. Like it really makes you hold in a lot of stuff you can't release. Almost, that's what it felt like. I couldn't release, like I couldn't speak, like I couldn't fully express how I felt. And now I have a different outlook on what a period is, and to release, that's what the wound is doing, is releasing unneeded things through this time period, through that cycle. And when you block that, you're just holding all that within your womb, and then it blocks your creative energy, and then it starts to affect your other chakras. Because I feel like my lower 3 chakras are in terrible shape right now. And it's just going up and up and up, and affecting my higher chakras as well. And now that I've got that out of me, I feel like I could do a proper cleanse. I can fast, and it actually takes effect and things like that. Because beforehand, I would try to do these things and I could not stick to them for nothing. Or I would do it, but I wouldn't really feel too much in effect. And I did at one point was on a regimen of chlorophyll water, monatomic gold, and silver, this type of silver that you can drink. And it made me have this emotional diarrhea that I was not ready for. It was almost similar to what happened on my birthday. And I felt like it was like that, and I responded to that because I had this device in me holding all this energy within my womb and making me hold all these things that I couldn't release. And so whenever I took these elixirs to open myself up to my gifts, it flooded me, because I was full of all kind of stuff, because I'm an empath. So not only am I full of my own, toxic shit that I go through, I'm taking in other people's toxic shit and holding it in my womb. Like, if you see the way that I've gained weight, it's around my womb, because that weight was trying to protect my womb, because I absorbed so much energy. So really, I didn't gain a whole lot of weight everywhere else. It's just right there around my womb area. I gained all this weight to protect it. And it's just like everything that happens, it has a reason, and everything is connected. And so I felt like I went through that process to learn how to appreciate my womb, and how to appreciate the cycle of a woman, and why we go through what we go through, and why it's valuable to go through that, and important to go through that as a woman. And it helps cleanse your spirit, so I kind of just wanted to touch on that a little bit, because that really was something that affected me for like 5 years. I could not grasp anything for 5 years as far as creating wise. I couldn't grasp it quite. I can, think of all kind of ideas, but if I can't focus my energy on that is pointless. I just have all these money-making ideas or these spiritual ideas, but no way to focus and harness my energy on that. I'm just concepting, but there's nothing being birthed from it. So now I get to get rid of all that junk, all that excess shit, and really pinpoint and focus on my purpose. I get to pinpoint on something, and I get to focus on something, because I'm going to let my womb clear all that bullshit and that clutter out. And so I kind of just wanted to put that out there for the mothers and things like that. Don't be afraid to have children. Be afraid to not have control over your creative energy, you know, and that's what it's really about. What I'm going to do to try to prevent pregnancy for right now, because that's not what I want. I want to focus my energy on my purpose, is to just go with the rhythm method, learn my body, learn my ovulation dates. And I feel like if I get that down pat, I should, you know, be able to focus my energy on my passion. And if I'm supposed to have a child, I'm going to have a child regardless. And that's just what it is. I feel like me having control over my creative energy is way more important than my quote unquote freedom, you know, because whether I have children or not, I'm a free individual because I say I am. My children do not hold me back from anything. It's me who holds me back from things. And that's what we have to get away from, that toxic mindset that it's our children's fault. It's not our children's fault. It's you. You choose to have the children that you have. You choose to have sex. You choose to do, you know, the things that get them here. So you cannot blame them when they're here, because it's not a walk in the park anymore. We have to accept responsibility in that respect, especially when you're a woman who has a womb. I'm realizing how delicate the womb is and how important it is. And yeah, I love y'all. I hope to come out more with more tarot readings again, because I feel more cleansed, and I'm not gonna, you know, do any readings if I'm not right. That's just something I'm not gonna do. That's bad karma. I'm never gonna read for profit, but I just want to give my love to people and show my love and help them on this spiritual journey. That is really the biggest goal in my life, is to just be a healer and to be a healing person to people that's going to walk this journey, because I realize how difficult this journey can be and how manipulative people can be on this journey. So my goal is to be completely authentic and to be transparent with everything that I put out. So yeah, and have the right energy when I put it out. And I haven't felt this good in a long time. So I really wanted to make this video and just be honest. So I love you guys, and I will definitely talk to y'all later. Bye.